Pat O'Boyle. Pat O'Boyle, I hear you're retiring. I just can't believe it. I didn't think that that day would ever come. I thought that I would be dead and gone, and you would be working, 20, 30 years beyond my death, at least, because you're amazing. A young woman in your 40s, and it's just, it's seldom heard of that somebody would be making a move like this, but you are. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate the sacrifices that you've been willing to make over the years. For instance, I don't remember, I don't know if you remember this, rather, but you're always looking for ways to save money around the church, which we always appreciated about you. And you would do that in many ways. One of the ways you did that is you would go throughout the church and you would turn off the lights when they didn't need to be on. And I remember one time in particular when I was using the restroom and I was doing the sitting down kind, not the standing up kind, in the downstairs of the family center at the old building. And if you've ever been in that restroom, then you would know that it doesn't have windows. But I appreciate the sacrifice that you were willing to make. When you stuck your hand around the corner in that restroom and realized the light was on, even though you knew I was in there, you turned it off. And that was a sacrifice you were willing to make. I wasn't so ready for that sacrifice, but then I understood the wisdom in it after. And I've been going to the restroom in the dark ever since because I understand the kind of money that I could save. And I really appreciate that. So I have to finish by Braille. That's okay. That's okay. People do that all over. And it began a trend there at Lakeside, and I appreciate your wisdom in that, Pat. Your wisdom was just amazing. I remember the time that you had wisdom once again in taking a marker, a permanent marker, and writing your name, Pat, on the bottom of your office chair, because people were taking your office chair and combining it with other office chairs and having meetings, and then it's so frustrating to come in the next day and not know which chair was yours, and then you have to go through the whole rigmarole of readjusting. And who wouldn't be upset, Pat? Who wouldn't be upset? You have the whole up and down of the arm thing. You have the corkscrew thing, the raising up and the lowering of your chair. You have the tilty back thing, and then where is the pad that goes for your lumbar support? You have all of those things. It just gets crazy. And so you wrote Pat on the bottom. And I remember Jeff Hinkle had a great idea, and he said, let's follow in that wisdom. Because Pat is onto something here, and took a marker, and he gave me a marker as well, and I thought it was so wise. We wrote the name Pat on the bottom of every chair in the office, taking your lead in that. We were young. We didn't quite understand the wisdom. We didn't understand what you were going after. We realized in retrospect, and hindsight is always 20/20, that was probably not what you were going for. And we respect that now. We understand that. I've been gone from Lakeside for about 3.5 years now, and I think it's time to let you all in on something that nobody wants you to know. The fact of the matter is that how are you guys ever going to replace Pat O'Boyle? You don't know what she does around there, the extent of what she does. John Norris, one of my great friends, he takes care of the building around there, and he does an incredible amount of things. But in all honesty, the lawns being mowed, any new painting, all the vacuuming, the cleaning of the restrooms, that's Pat O'Boyle. Pat O'Boyle doesn't sleep. God has given her a gift, and she comes in late at night. She's there early in the morning. Sometimes Pat just brings her sleeping bag, and it's an amazing thing. I know this. Pat asked me to keep it a secret over the years. Mike Clockenbrink, she shaves his head every day. It's part of what she does. It's a commitment that she's made to him. He's given her that role. She follows through with it with grace, and we appreciate you doing that, Pat. Brian Chandler, great guy. I've been getting to know Brian. Brian came after I left, but Brian's a great guy. I'm going to spend some time with him in a couple of weeks in Nashville. And one of the things I look at Brian, I just go, man, he's a young kid. He's a sharp dresser. He's a rock and roller. He's a man after my own heart. Yeah, Pat puts his wardrobe together. I don't know if you knew this, but it's true. You think that maybe he just reads Rolling Stone, or maybe when he's feeling a little more spiritual, it's Relevant magazine, or whatever the case may be. But Pat, thank you for looking out for young men who are up and coming, and putting that together, laying his clothes out for him every day. That's an amazing thing. Oh, and by the way, next time that you feel the need to go up to Brad after he speaks on a Sunday and give him a pat on the back and say, hey, Pastor Brad, great message. And, you know, he does a great job. He's a great orator. He has great delivery. But what you really need to do is you need to follow through, and you need to thank Pat O'Boyle for writing his sermons. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, she's been writing them for years. Pat's amazing. Pat takes care of everything, and I just don't know how you're going to replace her. Pat, you know, if you're looking for something beyond Lakeside, if you're looking for something to fulfill that need that you have, then you're always welcome to come over here to sunny Michigan. There's always a place for you here. Of course, I have no money to pay you, and you'd have to volunteer all of your hours. But then again, that's what you've been doing for years, and I don't know if anybody knows that, but yeah, Pat works for free. Pat's been working for free for years, and any money that we've tried to give her, she's just donated back to the church. She, as a matter of fact, she's going to write about that in her new book, I'm sure, because she just got a book deal. Pat's amazing, and we love you, Pat, and wish you the best in your retirement, and good luck with your new ventures, with opening the bar and everything else. We're really excited for you.